Frankly, I was a little discouraged to be in this situation. The devastating loss in Game 3 has ended all hopes of actually winning the match. Still, a win in the last game would perhaps give me a moral victory. As usual, I planned for a slow maneuvering game, if 9K would be so kind as to cooperate.
Knight f3, d5, g3, c6, bishop g2, bishop g4, c4.
Not long after I played this sloppy move, I regretted it. White should play for a King's Indian reverse type formation with moves like castles, d3, knight bd2, and eventually e2 to e4.
D takes c4.
9K snatches a pawn that will be very difficult, if not impossible, for White to recover. I was aware of this possibility when I played c4, but I had foolishly discounted it.
Knight a3, queen d5, knight c2, queen c5.
An excellent move by Chessmaster 9000 that anticipates the coming knight to e3 and bolts down the extra pawn. I searched in vain now for a way to exploit the position of Black's queen, but I could not find an effective plan.
Knight e3, bishop e6, b3.
This move acknowledges that I am unable to recover the lost pawn. I was hoping now to complete the development of my queenside and open up some files to bring pressure to bear on Black's queenside.
C takes b3, A takes b3, knight f6, bishop a3, queen b6, knight c4, bishop takes c4.
This move gives me some hope. 9K should retreat with queen c7, planning on finishing development with bishop to d5, followed by e6.
B takes c4, knight b d7, castle kingside, e5, queen b1.
A bonehead move. I could have made life much more difficult for 9K by first denying Black his right to castle with bishop takes f8, king takes f8, and then playing queen to b1. Then queen c7, queen b4 check, king g8, rook f b1 gives me very strong pressure on the queenside.
Bishop takes a3, rook takes a3, queen c7.
Normally, the side with the extra pawn would prefer to trade queens, but here that would give White too much pressure on the queenside. Black needs his queen to help guard the queenside for the moment.
Queen a1, a5, d3, castle kingside, knight d2, knight c5.
After this excellent move by 9K, I knew there was almost no way I could win the game.
Rook b1, b6, knight b3, knight f d7.
Chessmaster 9000 is happy to trade a pair of knights. My only logical plan now was to drive off the well-placed knight on c5, and that can only be achieved by forcing through the advance d3, d4.
Knight takes c5, knight takes c5, e3, rook a d8, d4, e takes d4, E takes d4. Knight a6. c5.
At least I am playing well in bailout mode. This move helps to break up black's pawn structure. The position is starting to turn drawish, but there are some pitfalls for both sides to avoid.
Knight b4. C takes b6. Queen takes b6. d5. Rook f e8. Bishop f3.
I could have played d captures c6, rook e2, rook f1, knight captures c6, bishop captures c6, queen captures c6, rook captures a5, which leads to an equal position. I was still hoping for a miracle which explains the game continuation.
C takes d5. Rook takes a5. Rook c8.
The tactical justification of this move is seen in the variation queen a3, rook c2, excellent move, rook f1, rook a2, and black wins material.
Queen a4. Queen f6.
Chessmaster 9000 breaks the pin by counterattacking my bishop on f3. I had to accept further simplification, which brings us yet closer to a draw.
Queen takes b4. Queen takes f3. Queen d4.
My old friend centralization saves the day. Black cannot make further progress thanks to the well-placed position of the queen, where she blockades and attacks the d-pawn.
Rook c d8. Rook a b5. h6. Rook 5 b3. Queen f5. King g2. Rook e4. Queen b6. Rook d e8. Rook f3.
This rook will guard the f2 pawn, while also taking aim at black's vulnerable f7 pawn. This efficient combination of attack and defense assures me a draw.
Queen d7. Queen b7. Rook 4 e7. Queen takes d7. Rook takes d7. Rook d3. d4. h4.
More patting myself on the back. This move helps to restrain a possible advance of 9k's kingside pawns. I did not want 9k to beat me to the punch by advancing his pawns and cramping mine.
Rook e5. Rook b4. Rook e d5. King f3. g6. g4. f5. g5.
Game drawn. Although 9k is a pawn ahead, he has no realistic winning chances. The d-pawn is firmly blockaded, and black is unable to activate his king to assist in advancing that extra pawn up the board. My respect for the Chessmaster 9000 program grew as the match progressed. Chessmaster 9000 particularly impressed me with his tenacious defensive skill. In the crucial Game 3, I blew my chances to win, but credit is due to 9k for making the win a tough assignment. In the last game, Game 4, 9k outplayed me in the opening for the first time in the match, and then skillfully neutralized my attempts to mount a comeback. My hat is off to a great program.